Yo, so I get a lot of inquiries or a lot of emails, Instagram DMs about what is the easiest business credit card to get right now. And currently today, in my opinion, the easiest business credit card to get right now is Capital on Tap. Of course, the link to Capital on Tap will be in the description, and I'm gonna go over the pros and the cons, in my opinion, of having of somebody that's had Capital on Tap. I think I've had Capital on Tap for like 2 years. Okay. Now, of course, the first pro is right. It doesn't report to your personal credit. That's the first pro. The second pro is it doesn't do a hard inquiry. Now, I know a lot of people out there will say that an Amex, right, American Express, is the easiest business credit card to get. However, now with Amex, when you apply, if you don't have more than 2 Amexes, they'll do a hard inquiry on your TransUnion and your experience. So you'll get 2 credit inquiries applying for an Amex. But with Capital on Tap, it is a soft inquiry. There is no hard inquiry on a Capital on Tap. And unfortunately, due to a lot of these videos, a lot of these business credit card companies are moving to hard credit inquiries. As of right now, Capital on Tap is doing still soft inquiries. So that's one of the major pluses, right? Is that there's a soft inquiry. So even if you get denied, it's not like you wasted an inquiry on it. Okay. So that's the major 2 of the major pros. Now the next pro is very low documentation. Now when I got Capital on Tap, I didn't have to provide anything. It could be because I've been in business for 10 years or so. My business has been around for 10 years. And, my business shows up on my credit report too. So that could be why. When my wife applied, they asked her for a copy of her articles of organization. And they asked her for like a year summary of her sales. Okay. Now, I didn't get asked for anything. She got asked for, small paperwork, no taxes or anything like that. But each business, it will differ, right? Depending on how long you've been in business, the type of business, and several other factors. So they may ask for some documents, they may not. But again, like I said, it's a soft inquiry. So if you get denied, it won't affect your personal credit. Now, this card has a point system, which is one thing that I like. So when you use the credit card, you get points, and you can use those points towards your balance, just like any other business or any other credit card out there, right? Okay, so let's go to the cons. The con of this credit card is that you have to pay 10% of your balance. Okay, so if your balance at the end of the period is $10,000, for example, you are going to have to pay $1,000. That's your minimum payment. Is 10%. It's not like these other credit cards where there's a smaller minimum where you may pay like 1 or 2% of your total balance. Okay, these things this particular credit card is 10%, unfortunately. Now, another con is with Capital on Tap is if any credit card charge looks out of the norm, they'll lock your card and call you, and they may ask you for documentation in reference to that charge and how it relates to your business, pretty much, right? That's one thing. So like for me, I think I want to say my Capital on Tap limit is like 25 or 30,000. And, there are times where I'll charge 20,000, 15,000 for certain things that I'm doing, and they'll shut the card off, and then they'll ask for, some sort of documentation, a receipt, an invoice, something like that. And then they'll just unfreeze the card, and it's back to business as usual. So, that's the other con of it, is that they really, really monitor the card just to make sure that you're really using business charges. Now, for the most part, for me, I use Capital on Tap for travel. But other than that, like I said, since I pay mine off every month if I use it, and you should know that, of course, like I said before, the minimum is 10%. So if you have a $20,000 card and you run up that $20,000, then you're gonna have to pay $2,000. Right. So that $2,000, next month is $1,800. Then after that is $1,600. So you can really run up a high bill on these cards, a monthly bill on these cards. So be careful. But like I said, it's very easy to get. It's very easy to get. And I know a lot of people are going to ask what credit bureau they use. Here's the thing about that, right? If I say, for example, they use Equifax, these companies watch these videos, and they'll change it. Okay, that's pretty much what's going on in the business credit realm. Is they're moving from who they originally used. Like, for example, I'll give you the example of PenFed. Okay, 3 or 4 months ago, PenFed used Equifax. Okay, I literally just I'll apply for credit just to apply for it, even though I don't need it. I applied for a credit card at PenFed, and they ran my Experian. So you see what I mean? It's like these banks, these credit card companies, they watch these YouTube videos and they change things. Okay, just like Amex. Amex didn't used to use 2 credit bureaus. Okay, Amex used to just use 1. So all in all, when it comes to these business credit products, as long as your credit is clean across all profiles, it doesn't matter. Okay, you'll as long as your credit is clean, you have a real business, you'll get access to the majority of business credit without having to provide too many documents and jump through a bunch of hoops. So again, Capital on Tap, in my opinion, is the easiest because I didn't have to provide anything. I didn't even have to give them, a hard inquiry on my credit. So to me, it's the easiest. Now, when it comes to the features, or when it comes to the amount of interest and the payment, it's kind of high. But again, it's give and take, right? If you want easy, then you're gonna have to. There's some sort of payment. There's going to be something else as far as negative. Now, the harder cards, of course, it's going to be a different, pro and cons to those. So I get asked a lot about this. Just want to throw that out there to you all. And feel free to comment below for anybody that has Capital on Tap. Again, it's been cool for me when I do use it. I'm more of an Amex fan, and again, the Amexes. Once you get 2 of them, everything after that, once you're in the family, is soft inquiries for the most part. So I just wanted to leave y'all with that. Hope it helps.